Morning, everyone. This is Katie Libby. Some of you know that earlier this week I got a call from Leland, Michigan, saying that the dock at North Manitou Island is unsafe for ferry travel right now. So unfortunately, my North Manitou Island trip has been canceled. However, I am here this morning in Messick, Michigan, because I'm going to hike the Manistee River Trail Loop. It's, according to All Trails, it's 19 miles, but according to my research, it's more like 21 or 22 miles. So I'm going to try to do 2 days, one night, and yeah, let's go. I see a little deer down there. So there was a little change of plans. Originally, I was going to try to do the entire 20 miles, and after getting a little turned around today, I decided to camp. I'm a few miles in, camp and then return on the Manistee River Trail the next day. So that's fine. I think for a first backpacking trip, that's plenty. Finally arrived at camp, and I'll give you a little tour of the camp here. Got a little fire ring here. Campsite is right along the river. I've set up my tent. This is the Gossamer Gear the 2 tent. I'm going to give you a little tour. On the inside there are 2 pockets. There's one there and then there's one over here. And it is a 2-person tent. That's why it's called the 2. I bought these extra little pockets for the top. It only costs $10 extra to get those little pockets. This would be a good opportunity to talk about my Garmin device. This is a 67i Garmin. It's an all-in-one device, which means you can navigate with it. There's an SOS button on it right here. I can text my husband from camp. It's connected to several satellites. And yeah, if you're a person who hasn't yet acquired the skill of using a compass and a paper map, this device is definitely for you. I'm not going to pretend that I can afford this device, but I waited until I got my tax return back, and I think it's an investment. Now this is the Nemo Tempo sleeping bag. It's a 20-degree sleeping bag. It's a spoon-shaped bag. But just because it's a 20-degree bag doesn't mean that it's going to keep you warm. Like tonight it's going to be 45 degrees. So I brought an additional sleeping bag liner to keep me nice and warm. So it's dinner time, and I think I'm going with the spicy sausage pasta. getting all of my snacky snacks for the evening, so I'm going to put all of my food and anything that has a scent in here. That means everything, lip balm, bug spray, sunblock, and I'm going to take it away from my tent for the night because raccoons have been sort of a nuisance out on the Manistee River Trail. I want to show you one more thing before I snuggle up and listen to some podcasts. I have these light up trekking poles. These are the Beamwalk Olife trekking poles, and I use them as camp lights. And they do have camping mode, so you should check these out. They're really worth it. Good morning. It's coffee time. There's only a little bit of condensation on the inside of this tent. It's really not bad at all. Time for breakfast. This morning we are doing biscuits and gravy. So a couple of takeaways from my first backpacking trip. Number one, if you have a 20-degree sleeping bag and it's 45 degrees outside, you don't necessarily need a sleeping bag liner as long as you have warm pajamas. And the second takeaway while I was packing was that you don't need the stuff sacks. Everything will fit in your bag a lot easier if you just get rid of the stuff sacks. The only thing that really needs to be in a bag is your poop kit and maybe your toiletries. But other than that, just get rid of the stuff sacks. I am all packed up. Just so you know, you always put your tent either on the outside or on the top of your pack inside if you can, so that when you get to camp and it's raining, you can set up your tent, throw your pack into the tent, and keep everything dry. So one quick trip to the privy, and we are out of here. I wanted to share one more takeaway from this trip, and that is that you should have something to do when you get to camp. So if you don't want to bring or don't have room for a big, thick book in your pack, I recommend getting a power bank, maybe 2 power banks, download an audiobook or some podcasts the night before, and that way you'll have something to do, especially when you're by yourself. I'm almost to the trailhead, and so this is where I'm going to say goodbye from the Manistee River Trail loop. If you are a beginning backpacker and you're nervous about getting started, I'm going to put some links in the description. Don't be nervous. You can get out there and do this. Once you get to camp, get set up, get snuggled up in your tent, and put on some podcasts. You're gonna feel comfortable. You can do this. I'll catch you guys later.